If we're talking about things you own, my conversation will only last about a minute. I'm so poor.
You don't have that much?
No, I don't really like having too much either. I don't want to be rich.
You don't want to be rich?
No, I want to have enough money that if I fall over, I can go to the hospital and not worry about it and not have to give like a fake address.
Yeah, you don't want that hospital. You want that hospital bling.
Yeah, other than that, I think people with too much money, it's just, I would feel so guilty as well. If I ever got successful, I'd just be like giving money to my dad and my family and like, I don't know, and like, like mental health institutions or something. I don't think anybody should have too much money. It's weird.
It's a great idea, Katie. You just stumbled onto something. I know that you were stumbling backwards into, I want to be poor. I want to be poor unless it's the hospital. But I think it's great if would you start your own mental hospital?
Yeah, because I think the mental institutions in New York are fucked.
Right.
And they're fucked in Ireland as well. Literally, like, if you have mental health issues, it's like, you're just fucked. You're just sent out into a field, basically. So I would, if I got successful, I would help with that. Because I think.
But if they're sent into the field with sheep can be very calming. Sheep can be very calming, Katie.
But what if it's one of those shaved sheep from like the night out before and you're kind of dealing with your mental health and a shaved sheep comes up to you? That's terrible.
You're right about that, Katie. That's triggering. Triggering and could set you off into some kind of an episode.
You know what they should do? They should do like a too hot to handle but too mental to handle island. And they put all the mental people on an island and they have to work through their problems together.
I think it's great if we got some money together. You don't want to have anything personally. I understand that. I will take most of the luxury items so that you're not tortured. But I would like to we could start a mental hospital for hot people.
Yeah, because they're mental.
Hot mental people. And we go and search for them and we tackle them and straitjacket them and then bring them into the mental hospital. It's only hot people. What do you think, Katie?
Yeah, I love it.
Well, these people that we talked to would have made the mental hospital because they were definitely insane.
Wait, what was the girl saying? I'm so sorry. I'm like, this is gossip.
I thought the guy was bad. The girl was nonstop just talking about what she was doing and I think she might have been a little drunk because she didn't tell it to me. I was talking to the guy, but she told a street joke. It's always bad to tell a joke to comedians, but she started a street joke 4 times. It took her 4 times for the setup. And then the punchline wasn't funny. And I just don't know. She did 4 times.
I think there needs to be more like people need to be told more not to be funny. Because, everybody thinks like, whoa, I got to be funny. And like guys do this a lot where they think, and I see this when I used to work nights in the bar, you would always hear like the loudest guy trying to be funny to get the women, but like it wasn't funny and it's embarrassing.
What's that guy to get? Our fans are incels, a lot of them. So how does that guy how do you get women? How do you actually organically be funny, Katie?
You just don't, because there's so many other things. Like if you're not funny, don't try it. Because the thing is, when you're not trying it, you'll just naturally be funny. I feel like if you're not, when you force anything, it doesn't work. So for you incels, and is an incel a guy who can't like get sex and is frustrated by it? And he's angry with women?
A lot of our fans are men and women who can't get sex.
Well, I think stop worrying about getting the sex part and just be genuine, because you're going to meet. And also maybe lower your standards. Sometimes people are like...
Their standards are low. Let me stop you right there. Our standards are very, very low on this podcast. I mean, gutter. Pizza
maybe up your standards.
Pizza rat low, Katie.
I think people need to just be themselves. And I know that's such basic, obvious advice, but like, you go on a date with people and they're just so obviously fake, or that's not them, and it's like just and then you end up being friends, like, because you're like, oh, I'm not feeling it, and then when you become friends with them, you're like, oh my god, this person is so much nicer and funner when the pressure's off. I think that's the key. Hang out with people as friends first for a while, get comfortable, don't rush into anything, and then if a spark flies, go for it.
Who's got that kind of time though, Katie? Our fans are aging out quickly. And I'm talking to you out there. You're getting older as this podcast goes on, and I'm looking out for you, and I'm not talking down to you. And Shannon thinks that I am talking down to you, but I'm not. I'm being a coach, and I'm trying to help you out of your lives, okay? So don't try too hard, what Katie said, but you need to try a little bit. And I disagree with Katie. A lot of our fans need to become other people.
Actually, I felt like you were talking directly to me, Mike, not yelling at the fans.
I was, Shannon. Okay. You're part of the solution here. That leak must have been waterboarding your head.
I thought I was one of the incels that you were yelling at.
Absolutely not, Shannon. You're part of the solution.
Thank you.
Shannon, you're coming on the too hot, too mental, too handle island of ours.
Yeah, I would have to. Too hot to handle would be easy for me because I don't have sex anyway.
Okay. Wait, but the listeners probably know this. Is that a choice that you don't have sex?
It's kind of. By the way,
absolutely, it's a choice. Shannon is hot and she's smart and she's out there, but she doesn't have the same problem that our fans have. Okay, Shannon is a head case. She's a hot head case, and she could be the first member of our very sexy mental hospital that we have.
Yeah, definitely. No, because there's other reasons why people can't have sex now, like COVID. Everybody's like a bit traumatized. So, but yeah. Wait, I had an idea. Why don't you? I've
never met somebody too traumatized to have sex, Katie.
No, that's true. I had sex during the actual COVID. Like I was dating during the like extreme pandemic. So I think you can still do it. But phone calls.
You said that like you were being a bad girl when you said it.
It felt like I was being a bad girl because people were
putting
all
out
like
some bad girl energy right now.
Yeah, because people were mad. They were like, stay home for 4 months and don't go outside. So I was like sneaking out, going on like picnic dates, you know.
Right. Doctors are stupid. Can you say it, Katie? Say it with me. Doctors are stupid.
I don't think they're all stupid, but I did have a doctor shake my head, and then when he asked me if I was dizzy, he diagnosed me with vertigo. So he maybe isn't the smartest doctor.
What did he prescribe you? 2 wines?
He didn't even give me medicine.
An Uber to his apartment?
He was back in Ireland though, so.
Oh, yeah. Irish doctors.
No, not great.
No, doctors are great, but them just telling us to stay inside for 4 months and not to have any kind of a relationship with other people. That sounds crazy, right?
Yeah, but that wasn't even just doctors. That was people. People.
It was also dentists.
It was just Instagram people. It was comedians too. I feel like everybody was like a bit on edge. But phone calls for your listeners, because if they're going to go on a date and if they do a phone call before, then that kind of releases a bit of the tension. You can have a bit of a chat. It's not on like your looks. You're just like can create a little vibe before.
But looks are really important, Katie.
On your island, it will be.
Yes. And in our mental health facility.
Yeah.
We only do mental health for people who are 10s. Guys, thank you for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates. And if you go to gasdigitalnetwork.com and use promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. That's gasdigitalnetwork.com, promo code MBI, you will get 1 week free. Thank you again for listening to Mike Vecchione Investigates on the Gas Digital Network.